is launch it. There we go. Where is this? Huh. Sponsorships. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's all for mobile games, of course. Okay. Oh, I need to post. I need to post the thing. Oh, right here. Okay, good. Good. So this, that, add time. Close this. Corrupt part, so you can see that the ads are in progress. I'm gonna warn someone. Here we go. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Right, 1 minute 31 seconds. Whoa, 4 viewers. Ads in progress. Sorry, fellas. Ads are almost done. We're halfway there. And I'm gonna do an overview. What ads? You can see it. Oh yeah, right. You're subbed. Giga Chad. Giga Chad. Alright, I need to make some room here. Man. How about we delete this one? Yeah. Alright. Great new. Perfect. Never gonna unsub because ads on Twitch be weird. True. They're very awkward. 25 seconds. We can switch over. Yeah, we can switch over. Let's go. Screen capture. Okay. Alright. So, I got poked on Discord by Zion. Shout out to Zion and Birdo. I got poked by them. They have a friend who wants to learn about Magikey. And we're looking to, get my input. And I'm like, dude, it's 2 a.m. Let's do that tomorrow. So, I'll be doing that now, and I'll be linking the VOD to Zion, so they get to actually use that and have my stuff. 2 a.m. Yu-Gi-Oh tutorial. Let's go. Nah, I went to bed, but now I'm ready. So, first things first, Magikey World does everything for Magikey. That's a must 3 of. Now, I think terraforming's banned, right? Yeah, terraforming's banned. But it used to be like a thing you could use as well. But that's banned. If only I could join you guys for the fun. Oh man. what's oh, Sonora Fridge, you're at work, right? I see that icon. You're probably at work. So yeah, okay. Magikey World, important. 3 of, more if if you're playing the TCG, I think they still have it at 1, so you can add terraforming as well. Important card. Now, Klavic is actually relevant here. I play sometimes 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 1. It depends on the brew. Yeah, terraforming is at 1. I told you it's just there by default. I don't know why. Oh, right. Huh. That's weird. Listening only. Well. Then, yeah, so Clavicus here. Yeah, well, okay, it's still there, huh? I guess you'll be forever a listening only kind of guy. That's just how you roll now. Twitch has decided so. Welp. So yeah, back on track. This is the fun part about making a Twitch tutorial, is that I can interact with chat as well. Okay, so 2 or 3 Clavicus. When it comes to Magikey, like pure, probably 3 is better because he does everything. Your fusions need at least a Magikey monster, and you can send one from the deck if you have a monster on the field that's a normal monster. We'll get to that like right after this. Same for Ender Bime, needs a Magikey and a Magikey effect monster, so any of yours. You can even use Anchilabolus. And a normal monster, which you can send from deck again. Let's get to that actually. You also have Transfer Mine here for 1 Magikey tuner and 1 tuner non-tuner normal monster, which you can use Clavicus and Maftia and get the effect because they're light and dark. But we're getting ahead of ourselves now. Important card number 3, Maftia. Now, Maftia is an interesting case. Maftia is both polymerization and the ritual spell, but as you should be able to note, it is a normal spell, not a ritual spell. So you can't just like pre-prep or preparation of rites or whatever it's called, because you can't search this with ritual support. However, Magikey World lets you on activation search a Magikey monster, so you can search our ritual monster, our linchpin, and replace one of your cards in hand with Magikey Maftia. So when I said it does everything, this is what I mean. Magikey World does everything. Can't use Transonic Bird for Magikey. Yeah, you can't at all. It's sad, really. So yeah, it does everything. It also protects your normal monsters from destruction once per turn. That hardly ever comes up, but like if you ever need to wall up by setting one monster face down, I guess you can technically take someone by surprise there. Okay, yeah, so that's Maftia. Other than that, one very important aspect of Maftia, Transonic Bird, I'm happy for that transition. Okay, one important part of Maftia, the key part, see what I did there, is that if you control a normal monster on the field, you can use one normal monster from the... You can send one normal monster from the deck, directly from the deck to the graveyard, as part of the materials for the fusion or the ritual. Essentially, this means your rituals are free when it comes to like field presence, field card advantage, and this also means that you are actually able to do fusions if you summon any normal monster and have this in hand. Since you can use monsters from your hand and field as well as the deck, this means that if you have two normal monsters in hand and Maftia, what you can do is normal summon one normal monster, then use Maftia to fuse the normal monster in your hand with one from the deck, which is where the Clavicus's in your deck come handy, because if you don't have Clavicus in your opening hand, you can still do the Magikey fusions. And that gets you a second monster on the field. And we have some pretty good fusions. We'll get over those. Basically, this becomes essentially a free summon if you line your things right. Alright, time for the linchpin. Now that we know the basics, Beto's Buster is the ritual. It's the ritual you want. You can ritual this card with Magikey Mafia. You can use Advanced Ritual Art as well, of course. This is a level 4 tuner. This is incredible for a ritual, because this means all you need to summon him is one normal monster from deck. One level 4 monster doesn't have to be a brick. You just need to send it. If you want to be extra funny, you can use like a level 2, two level 2s, one level 1, one level 3. I've been doing that a lot because I'm using Diviner as well, and I'm doing some shenanigans. But basic bare bones, you can just fill your deck with normal monsters, and this guy is extremely easy to make. You can even use a high ritual art, because since he's a tuner, you can use him as a material for further plays, and we have extra deck plays that we want to make with this. So the high ritual art back side effect is never relevant, ever. So what does he do? When he's special summoned, you get to add any Magikey card from your deck to your hand. This lets you search the field spell. If you didn't get the field spell in your opening hand, you want to be able to make Beto's Buster. That's the plan B. There's plenty of ways. There's Manju, there's Diviner. There's a lot of searchers you can use. Some spells you can use to search at least Beto's Buster. Like if you want to play Preparation of Rites and only search... I think Preparation of Rites lets you search the ritual. Yeah. It lets you search a ritual monster. You're not adding anything from Grave, I believe. Preparation... Let's see. Add 1 level 7 or lower ritual. Yeah, you're not adding a ritual spell from graveyard to hand with this, unfortunately. But it is an option. Pre-prep is not going to work here, because you don't have a ritual spell whose name is mentioned on the ritual spell. So, Magikey. Back to Magikey. So, yeah, Beto's Buster comes in, searches his field spell, which searches our other monster, Maftiel, which essentially makes this a 3-card, like you get 3 cards on the field with Beto's Buster's effect alone. Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving this card in an opponent's monster, with the same attribute as a monster in the graveyard, that's an important thing. Matching attributes with the opponent is something that you're gonna have to learn to do. Because sometimes, for a lot of things, it's relevant. It's very relevant. So what he does is you can shuffle back some cards from your hand and then draw that same amount of cards. And if you do that, you negate the effects of the monster this battles. This does come up very rarely. Usually not, though. Like this can stop Marshmallow very easily. If you ever need to stop Marshmallow. Important that this is when an attack is declared, though. So if you at attack declaration the monster is face down, you can't use this effect. You need the monster to be face up so you can use the effect, because it's about the attribute. You need to have the attribute. So now our only normal effect monster in the main deck that's not a ritual, Maftiel. Maftiel also does everything. If you have a Magikey monster, you reveal it, you get an extra normal summon. When he's normal summoned, you get to special summon a normal monster from the graveyard. The more astute would consider that you usually send a monster to the graveyard to make Beto's Buster. So Beto's Buster or Magikey World, search this, then you have both a Magikey monster on the field and for his effect, and a normal monster in the grave for his second effect. He cannot be used for Magikey, for extra deck monsters as material. For Synchro or Xyz specifically, it cannot be used as material, except for Magikey monsters. However, we have an easy workaround for this. we have a very easy workaround for this, and it is Magikey Beast Ankylobolus. This is, as you notice, another level 4, another tuner. So here's the thing, Maftia lets you send one monster as part of the material to make this guy from the deck. If you have a normal monster on the field, which you will have if you normal summon Maftia. Now, Maftia is a Magikey monster, and you have normal monsters in the deck, so you can just turn essentially just turn Maftia into this, and this has no restrictions on how it can be used. So suddenly you have access to all the synchros or Xyz plays you want with these. But the fun doesn't end there. The fun is far from ending there, because there's an extra little thing on this guy. When he's fusion summoned, you get to just add back the Magikey Maftia from your graveyard. So it's basically free. And it also has some pretty good effects. For example, once per turn, you can target one attack position monster your opponent controls with the same attribute as a normal monster or Magikey you have engraved, and change it to defense and reduce its defense by 1,000. That's fairly decent. What's most relevant though is banish any monster destroyed by battle with this card. This means if there's a floater and you need to get rid of it without letting it hit the graveyard, I'm thinking Tearlaments, I'm thinking whatever else likes to be destroyed and sent to the graveyard, just do that. Just make this guy, and then no problem. I think this can out DPE too if they left DPE on the field after using its effect. It's a Sangan counter as well. Yeah. So yeah, I played 2. You can play more. I like to leave some room in the extra for extra little text. Like there's some generic extra deck monsters you can go into. And you want some variety in what you can go into, because you have access to an amazing toolbox with this basic amount of cards. And it's relevant because Magikey monsters, while they have a slew of effects, they can't do everything on their own. Now, let's go over this one here, Garrus Glosser. It's it's not one I play much in Master Duel, mostly because best of one means that it's basically guesswork when it comes to its effect. So you can retro this card, yeah. Gains 300 attack for each different attribute engraved, and then once per turn, when your opponent activates an effect of a monster with the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard, if at least 2 attributes of monsters were used for this card's ritual summon, you can negate and destroy. So yeah, technically, if you make this with a fire monster, you can negate an Ash Blossom, but it doesn't do anything else. It's just a beat stick, and it floats into searching a Magikey monster, which at that point, not entirely that great. That said, there are some variants that focus on bringing it out before they do everything else. It has its uses. And in best of 3, it's really good. it's really much better in best of 3. Because if you know what the opponent's starter is, you can just turbo this guy out instead of going into any extra shenanigans, extra deck plays, and you can just go to town. So it has its uses. You can play at 1. Like if we're playing pure no shenanigans Magikey, you can add 1 of this for sure. Now, that's all for the main deck monsters. We might as well go into the spells, the other spells and traps, because some of them are good. We have Magikey Unlocking, which is a negate for a spell. If you control a Magikey Ritual monster or Magikey Extra Deck monster, so you can't just normal summon Clavicus and set this, you have to have a Magikey Extra Deck monster. We have a monster that can search him, so that's not a problem. Clavicus can search this, like if you get Max Seed, right, you can just summon Clavicus. Summon Beto's Buster, Beto's Buster is the one that searches this. So you can, yeah, if you get Max Seed or something, you can just make Beto's Buster, search Magikey Unlocking, pass, and a spell negate is not that bad. Magikey Locking is an interesting case because you can technically do some crazy nutty stuff with it. However, it does nothing on its own, and it's kind of shitty to have as in the starting hand. It can be useful. So what it does is, I need to go over a thing here. Magikey Unlocking also has an extra advantage in that you can choose to change the attribute of every monster on the field for the rest of the turn into any attribute. So this is kind of a floodgate against some decks. So again, another card that benefits best of 3. You can definitely use more if you know your opponent is on something that needs, for example, that needs dark monsters to do the thing. Like Chaos, Dragon Link, I think has a lot of extra deck monsters that needs dark dragons to be made. I think, or they're just locked into dark dragons. Either way, right? This makes all of their monsters any attribute you want. So attribute dependent decks will hate this card. Okay, now back to Magikey Locking. I'll take a sip of drink. Alright, Magikey Locking. You tribute a normal monster or a Magikey monster, accept a token, then target up to 2 normal monsters or Magikey monsters in the graveyard whose total level equal 8 or less. Special summon those in defense position, then you can either synchro summon or Xyz summon. So, now we're cooking. You can only make Magikey monsters with this. Alright? So there's no, you can't really go for like something else than a rank 4 or level 8 because we only have rank 4 and level 8 Synchro and Xyz. We have a rank 8 Xyz as well. So, but what this does is it also dodges removal. You can use it in response to, like, I don't know, a Barone. No, that's gonna get negated. A targeted destruction. Like, I don't know, runic destruction, runic whatever it's called. Yeah, destruction, right? You do that, you target a monster you control, you tribute it, and then you just make a transfer mine in that case, really, because that gets you a pop for the runic monster that they're inevitably gonna summon. Funnily enough, this also lets you summon back if you tribute one of your level 8 extra deck monsters, or even if you tribute your Garrus Glosser. Funnily enough, this lets you summon it back immediately. You don't get the search though if you do that, but and also now you lose the negate at all. But it's a thing you can do. Any targeted effect, yeah. Target and negate, like a Veiler. Like that, that's a thing you can do. Also, Imperm. Imperm is a thing you can do. You can avoid with Magikey locking as well. Like if you make Transform Mine, we'll go over Transform Mine real soon. If you make Transform Mine and they want to negate it, and they top decked Imperm and they just want to negate it to start with, you can just tribute him and summon him back to dodge the Imperm. That's one thing you can do. So that's one. Magikey Duo, now that's the game, that's a case of the game is too fast at the moment to really having this be a good card. You can target a normal monster or Magikey monster in the graveyard, add it to your hand, then you can apply one of these effects. Fusion Summon or Ritual Summon. This is decent recovery, but I wouldn't play it with the current state of meta. Like you have to have a very specific plan that lets you use this and survive, because this summons the monster in defense position first off, and also you don't have that many proactive effects when it comes to fusion and rituals. You don't have any proactive effects. You have the on-summon effect of Beto's Buster, which you can reuse, and he's a decently beefy body, but that's about it. This is recovery though. To be fair, it is recovery. It's just very slow. I wouldn't play any. Magikey Battle, now that's an interesting card, because it's both not doing much, but also in some metas, it might actually be good. You target one normal monster or Magikey monster or Magikey Maftia in the graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, then if you activate this card in response to your opponent's card or effect activation, normal monsters and Magikey monsters you control are unaffected by that opponent's card effect. This means that if you use this in response to, say, Raigeki, and you have a full board of monsters, of normal monsters and Magikey monsters, you just dodge the Raigeki. No, none of your monsters are getting destroyed by Raigeki. That's incredibly powerful. But that's about it. If the opponent is just playing on their own and doing their own things and not touching your board until they have like 5 negates, this does nothing. This is a do nothing card. So there's like a middle zone. There's like a middle zone between the opponent does nothing, sets 1 passes, and the opponent makes negates before they even try to do anything to your monsters, where this card is really, really good. But anything in between, this is just a dead card in hand or on the field. It's unfortunate. This is a very cool concept. I like this kind of card. I think Edgerine what's her face? Yeah, the gamer Adrienne does the same-ish thing, but she's better at it, honestly. This even, like, you need a normal monster or Magikey Mafty in the graveyard, so you you can't like really use this to protect your normal summon, your very first normal summon, like your. And if you use this to protect your Maftial, for example, then you have to shuffle back the monster that you were gonna bring out, so it basically comes back to the same thing. It's a very sad card, honestly. I wouldn't play any, and in this current meta, like, you need all the gas you can get, and this card does very interesting things, but not relevant things, unfortunately. Okay, now let's get back to the extra deck, because we have a couple more extra deck monsters. We went over the Math and Shalabolus because it's very relevant to Math Deal. Let's go over the other ones. So Vipar2 is our rank 4. Needs 2 level 4s, very generic, doesn't need any magic keys. If this card is exceed summoned, you can detach 1 material and add a level 4 or higher normal monster from your deck to graveyard or graveyard to the hand. That's really good. There are some things you can do with this effect that can be really powerful. You can, well, first up, this sets up so you have an extra normal monster for the turn after. That's one thing. Hello, King Token. I'm going over Magikey cards for someone wants to learn Magikey and they need a guide, so I'm just going over them. And then I'm gonna link the VOD, and they're gonna be able to watch and learn and stuff. We're doing basic Magikey. So yeah, on summon it does that. Also, if this card has a normal monster as material, it gets this effect. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, Katagami Lens Stream. I don't know who that is, but yes, probably. If this card battles an opponent's monster with the same attribute as a normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard, you can detach a material from this card. Your opponent must send that monster to the graveyard. Another fellow member, yes. I'm looking forward to their success. So, Vipar2 has perhaps the most powerful effect in our arsenal. The one character from your FTK tutorial slides. Oh yeah, Kagamine. I think it's Kagamine, not Katagami. I'm not sure though. But yeah. So yeah, I'm getting sidetracked by my chat. I'm getting stunlocked by my chat. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles a monster, I read that already. What's important is that this outtowers, because your opponent is the one doing the removal, not this guy. Also important to note, this does not make it eligible to make Zeus afterwards. Unfortunately, not that it would matter, because you would have 0 material at that point if you did the search on summon. I meant to ask while the card was up, but if you chain battle to Nibiru, would the rock get summoned? When you activate Nibiru, does it tribute something like Sigma, like Final Sigma in the extra monster zone? I don't know. Is it a cost or an effect? The tribute is an effect, right? For Nibiru. Yeah, that's an effect. Okay. Yeah, it's an effect. So if they don't have any monsters on the field, and you chain battle to Nibiru, yes, it would. It would not it would not resolve. That said, generally you will have at least Manju on the field, or like something that searches a normal summon that searches a ritual or a spell, because you made Beidou's Buster and all. So it would at least tribute. It would at least tribute that. And since you're playing with other normal monsters, the other normal monsters can be protected, I think. Magikey. But yeah, effect monsters that are your normal summon and search you a card would not be protected by this. Normal monsters and Magikey monsters only. So the Rock would still be summoned, but with like, and it would give you a token, which is funny because the token also counts as a normal monster. However, it's level 10, so you can't do much with it. Okay. Also, unfortunately, you see this here, one Magikey monster plus one normal monster except a token. You can't even turn it into Angela Bolas. That's unfortunate, but it's fine. So anyway, back on track. Vepartu is your out to towers. Big unaffected monsters. This works against even Pep. Even Pep doesn't gets outed by this. You do have to be careful though, because we'll be playing. Of course, we'll be playing monsters, normal monsters, every attribute, right? But you need to make sure that the monster you have underneath the part 2 is not the one that has the attribute you need. Because if that happened to me a few times, where like I had to out, say, Final Sigma, and I was like, okay, I'll make the part 2 with a fire monster, and then I don't have a fire monster in the graveyard, so I attack with the part 2 and I can't activate the effect because, yeah, misplays, you know? So yeah, be very careful about that. But otherwise, a very solid card. It's also a Magikey monster, so even though it's level 4, even though it's rank 4, and so you can't go into synchros afterwards, if you don't make it with a normal monster and leave your normal monster on the field, you can use Maftia to turn him into Angela Bolas, and then you get to just do the synchros, do other things, even go into another Xyz if you want. So that's pretty good. Now, Andrew Bime. This guy, his fusion summon cannot be interrupted, so that's good. You can't solemn him, but you can solemn Magikey Maftia itself, so that's not like it matter. When this card is fusion summoned, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. Once per turn, you can target one normal monster or one Magikey monster in a graveyard. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls with that monster's attribute. So this lets you wipe a board of single attribute monster, which there are plenty. Like Dragon Link is all dog dragons. If you can get over the negates that they have and you can make this somehow, then you just get to wipe their field. Once per turn, if an opponent's monster with the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard is destroyed by battle or card effect, if this card was fusion summoned using 2 different attributes as material, you can draw 1 card. Now that's a lot of ifs. That is a lot of ifs. That requires you to use 2 different attributes. To also, it requires you to have the same attribute monster as the opponent has on the field. And you need anything else? No, it just needs that. It can pop it can pop monsters on its own with its own effect, and that's guaranteeing you to draw the card. But don't play that just for the effect, okay? Like, drawing a card is like, if you want to draw 1 card, Upstart Goblin is way better than trying to make this guy. What you want to make this guy for is the board wipe. The board wipe is amazing. The draw 1 is a nice bonus sometimes, but don't try to tunnel on it, because it's not worth it most of the time. Otherwise, it's a pretty big body. And again, another monster that you can make using only a Magikey effect monster and a normal monster from deck, so you can turn Magikey into Enchilabolus very easily. So it has its uses. Also, I forgot 2 report 2s for sure. Next is Transform Line. That's a synchro. It's a synchro 8, of course, because we have level 4s and only level 4s in archetype. And this guy specifically needs a Magikey tuner. So either Maftiel, Enchilabolus, or Betos Buster will work. And 1 non-tuner normal monster. That can be any normal monster, but it needs to be a normal monster. Alright? That's important. You can't just make this guy with a Manju. It's not gonna work. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Now that's gonna be relevant and especially good against monsters that have protection from battle. Because that means, like, something like an Ecclesia in attack position. I've won games by attacking into Ecclesia in attack position twice. We need a second synchro. We got 2 of the other extra deck types. Yeah. We need a second synchro, and we need one that probably, I'd say one that special summons a normal monster from graveyard once when it's special summoned. Would be a very good addition. Yeah, like that sounds like it would be very good. I guess we can do tilting entrainment, right, as a way to do that, but it's not a Magikey monster. We need to be 8, 12 be possible, but not ideal. Yeah. I mean, personally, since I do a lot of shenanigans, I would like one that can change its level as well, at will. Like a level 8 tuner that can change its level at will. That would be really fun. Restricted to only Magikey, and it would be balanced as well. Just make it able to change its level at will, so we can do some very crazy things. Anyway, back to the cards that actually exists now. Yeah, this can attack twice, and if you control this card that was synchro summoned using at least 2 attributes of monsters, you can set 1 Magikey spell trap directly from deck to your spell and trap zone. This is the card that lets us usually set Magikey unlocking, but you can also set Magikey locking if you like want to go for the very crazy tech that I'm about to show afterwards with the last monster and the latest one. So you can set that, and then if your opponent normal or special summon a monster with the same attribute as a monster S with the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard, you can destroy that monster S. That's important because a pendulum summon, this will destroy every monster that they pendulum summon. Specifically, that's crazy. That's nutty. Anything that special summons several monsters at once, cleared. Deleted. Alright. That's really it when it comes to this guy. Really solid monster. Clears the board by either attacking twice or preventing enemies from starting their plays, or like popping a very key card in their combo. Once you know what your opponent will be on and you know what card you want to out, it becomes a cakewalk. Like against Kashira, I'd say play a fire monster, use a fire attribute normal monster so you have one in the graveyard, and then when they normal summon Rise Heart, pop it immediately. And you've just completely crippled Kashira. Because yes, this actually can pop a normal summon as well. See? If your opponent normal or special summon a monster. This is once per turn. But it is fairly decent. Also, if you use Magikey unlocking instead, this guarantees that you will be able to pop any of their monsters afterwards. So if you set Magikey unlocking, I don't know, they try to dark hole you negate it with Magikey unlocking, and then they have to start their plays, right? You can change the attribute to be one of the attributes you have in grave already, so that no matter what they summon, you get to pop it with Transfer Mine. So that's a combo you can do with it. That's pretty good. Now, this guy is really tough to bring out in Magikey, but there are ways to do it. I've done an entire deck with the intent of bringing out a Star 2 using some very crazy out-of-the-box thinking. But when it comes to Magikey itself, we have one way that's actually sort of decent and gives some removal at the cost of not giving us any negates at all. So let's go over Ashtar 2, what it does. It needs 2 level 8s, which is a tough ask when it comes to Magikey, unfortunately. But once per turn, when your normal monster or Magikey monster destroys an opponent monster by battle, you can detach 1 material from this card, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. This is basically Flame Wingman with 3000 attack. Flame Wingman. Now, also, once per turn during your opponent's main phase, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls with the same attribute as a normal monster or Magikey monster you control or is in your graveyard. Detach 1 material from this card, and if you do, banish that monster. So we have a quick effect banish on the opponent's turn, and then Flame Wingman's effect on your turn. That's a lot of removal on a pretty big body, but it's hard to make. That's the big problem here. It's terribly hard to make. There are ways, however, and this is all about that Magikey locking. But how, you will ask? Because Obviously, you can only bring out 2 level 4s or a level 8 with this, but you can Xyz summon or synchro summon using monsters you control. So as long as you have another level 8 on the field, you can bring out a level 8 monster from the graveyard and just use that and the other level 8 you control to make a Startu. So that's where it gets really crazy, right? Here's the scenario. You get you don't have your normal summoned Blue Eyes Magikey. Your normal summon was destroyed, negated, destroyed, whatever. But you still were able to do the thing where you summoned Beto's Buster using a monster, your normal monster in your hand, and you got a Maftiel, and then you normal summon Maftiel, special summon the normal monster. Now, what you can do is fuse the Maftiel and one normal monster from the deck into Enderbime. Use 2 different attributes, of course, and then use Beto's Buster and the normal monster to make Transform Mine with 2 different attributes as well. Transform Mine effect searches Magikey locking, and then you pass turn. What this does is, on the opponent's turn, you get to pop a card that is any of the attributes you sent from the opponent, and then you get to use Magikey locking once you've used Transform Mine's effect. Wait, let me walk that back a little bit. After the pop, you get to draw a card, and then you get to use Magikey locking, tribute the Transform Mine, special summon it back, and Xyz Transform Mine and add Rambime into a Startu, which will then proceed to have a quick effect banish. It's very specific. You need to, it's a very interesting combo. It does give you some crazy removal and a draw on top of it. And then afterwards you can just, go face with a Startu if they don't have anything else, or Flame Wingman effect is also a thing still. But it's pretty good. Pretty good removal. No negates, but 2 removals. So that's the main deck. That's the entirety. I'd play 1 Startu, honestly. That's the entirety. Now we need ways. First off, we need normal monsters. Now the classic, when it comes to normal monsters, right, is you do normal level 4s like that, and then you go ahead and go for attack descending, so you get the strongest ones. And then you go, okay, we have an earth here, we have a wind here, we don't need a dark or a light, because we have Maftiel and we have Maftiel for the light, we have Clavicus for the dark, Beto's Buster is also dark. So we don't need that. But Megalo Smasher for the water, then I guess that's, oh yeah, right, Shari, latest edition for the fire. And I think that's all 4s. Yeah, unfortunately there's no divine. That's a shame. Honestly, since it's SR, we could use Gemini Elf instead of Genowak Wolf. Just for funsies. And also because I was gonna say maybe Gozem, but that's not a problem. Either way. We have a Spellcaster, we have a Wind Beast, a Dinosaur, and a Aqua. As well. All 4 attributes. So that's done. Now, a divine normal monster would be wild, right? Why Konami? Why would you not let us have a divine normal monster? Please. I need to be able to pop freaking Slifer on summon. Okay, so let's see now. Manju, let's go for ritual support that we can use. Manju, normal summon him. You get to add either Beidou's Buster or Advanced Ritual Art, which is basically a Maftia. It's basically half of a Maftia. That's an option. Another option is to go for, like, you can go for high ritual art as well. High ritual art. I like to add at least one. Have at least one, because if you have a normal monster in hand and you have Manju, you can normal summon Manju, search for high ritual art, and then use a high ritual art to just summon Beidou's Buster from deck, and you're off to the races. It's really useful. Then we have Diviner. This is an interesting ad though. He's not going to be level 4, but you can do 3 Diviner and then Arclight. You can maybe have 1, 2 in case you really need. That searches you a spell as well, a ritual spell as well. You can go for, and then you can go for either Unexpected Die, which lets you special summon a level 4 lower normal monster if you control no monsters, or you can go with Painful Decision, which lets you send a level 4 lower normal monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, add 1 monster of the same name to from your deck to your hand. Which you can send a Clavicus, add a Clavicus, and just like that you have a normal monster in hand. So, and it's a Magikey monster, and you have 1 engraved. So if you have Maftiel and you have that, then you can just go off. And then perhaps most important in Magikey, in pure Magikey, Piercing the Darkness. And this is a Dark Magician card, but since it is worded in a way to affect the ritual monsters and the fusion monsters and the extra deck monsters you can go into with Dark Magician, this means that it also supports Magikey super well. If you normal summon or special summon a non-token normal monsters, you can draw 1 card. So that alone is pretty good. It pays for itself, and then the more you have it on the field on subsequent turn, the better it gets, because it keeps giving you more cards drawn. Then when an attack is declared involving an opponent's monster and a monster you control that is level 5 or higher, normal monster, or was ritual summoned or was ritual summoned with a normal monster, or was fusion, synchro, or XC summoned using a normal monster as material, you can make that monster you control gain attack equal to that opponent's monster attack. It's honest, and it's until the end of the turn, which means on Transfer Mine, which gets 2 attacks on monsters, this is really good. you attack their strongest monster first to get their attack, deal 2,800 damage, and then attack one of their weakest monsters and deal a bunch extra damage. That starts in 50 seconds, oh man. So yeah, really good. This is also sort of good because it kind of synergizes with Magikey locking. Since you summon the normal monster on your opponent's turn. So that's the thing as well. But overall, like Pierce of Darkness, normal summon a normal monster and hope for the best can sometimes be all you need. Now ad starts in 20 seconds, so let's take a little pause. Let's take a little pause while this goes. And I will go over the extra deck stuff we can add as well. I'm trying to keep it concise. Ooh. That's a lot of talking. Jeez. Oh, come on now. Ad starting soon. Very informative. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna absolutely publish this stream on YouTube. Put the stream on YouTube. I forgot to put Tuesday's stream on YouTube yesterday. I should do that as well. Alright, 2 minutes 48 seconds, and then we're back in action. I like it when people explain their deck thoroughly. Oh, yeah, I like it. Streamer for gore. Streamer for gore, yeah. Huh. I didn't know I had a Rune Force. Well, I have a Rune Force. Whatever that means. I gotta think about the next Magikey brew as well, but I think that's gonna end up... Like, I think I'm gonna have to do that over the weekend. Because I don't know if we're gonna have time to do some duels other than, you know, Magikey showing the lines and all. I mean, it's terrible card design for a deck that needs a rework. True. True. If anyone has, like Leif, been following me on Twitter, I posted a very funny thing where like about the cards that do everything but let nothing relevant for a deck. And Rune Force is just a prime example, honestly. Like, just banish a bunch of machines and then pay half your life point to negate an effect during the battle phase. Peeps moment. Yeah. I was thinking of something more like right, this freaking card right here, where apply these effects in sequence, and then it's like, okay, you get to gain attack, which by the way, when it comes to sulfur chords, the bigger monsters have a scale of 1 and the smaller monsters have a scale of 7, 8. So this barely makes any difference. It just makes all of them big. ish. Makes them all of them like around 2,500 to 3,800. No, 3,000. No, not even that. Look at the attack on this. This is this 2,100. It has a scale of 4, and she has, yeah, this brings her to 3,000 because she's a scale 1. And then it's a pop and a negate. You destroy 1 card your opponent control. Then if you have an odd pendulum scale, oh, you also get to the raw card. And you can special summon a monster from your extra deck, which there's only 2. And since you're special summoning them, it has to be in the main monster zone. And during your main phase, you can add a pendulum monster from your hand. This is a during your main phase thing. Yeah, this only does things during your turn. And this one also points down, and once per turn you can special summon it. And this doesn't work because the quick effect needs to special summon. Oh, needs to special summon on the zone this card points to. You have to be able to special summon in the extra monster zone with this effect, right? There's no way they would point at that shit. There's no way it would be that shit. Right? Anyway, enough. That was the ad break tangent. Back to actually Magikey though. No. So, extra deck monsters, right? That's where we were. I need to remove the ad break thing. There we go. So, Link Spider. Really good. If you have a way to special summon a monster, or just normal summon a monster, right? And then you have another normal monster, you can special summon it, and then you can go into something. I don't know exactly. If you wanted to be very spicy with it, right? Two normal monsters, make Verte, and then you add like TPE, whatever. Well, first of the dragon, actually, right? No. Yeah, no. Fusion. You need something that fuses from deck. So yeah, Fusion Destiny. Then you get Enforcer. You get a... You see the extra deck space is pretty tight. But let's not actually do that. But Link Spider is an option. Then you have, when it comes to level 8, Synchros. You have quite a few options, actually. Red Dragon Archfiend is one of them. Duels, you have, you can't really use Crystal Wing, unfortunately. You have Chaos Ruler, and a lot of your monsters can be searched by Chaos Ruler, so that's an option. You have, not this, Beals is honestly pretty good. It can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and also punishes burn. Can be very good, and also since it needs a dark tuner and 2 of our 3 tuners are dark, we can easily make it. Other than that, you have the old classics. You can If you use a pendulum monster, you can use tilting entrainment. That's very funny. Punk Jam Dragon Drive needs a psychic tuner, so you can't really do that. You can go for Varum, which is a board wipe if it gets destroyed. All face-up cards your opponent controls. Honestly, it might be better than Beals. Or you can go for Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon if you use the Diviner, which lets you go into Baronne. Speaking of which, speaking of Diviner, what you can do is have a level 10 to be ready for whatever. When you normal summon Diviner, right, and you send Herald of the Arclight, Diviner becomes level 6. 6 plus 4 means 10. So we have to have a level 10 synchro. There's plenty of options. Of course, obviously, Baronne is an option. It's absolutely an option. If you want, you could even do Chaos Angel. That's also an option. And it would have both a tuner. You could use a dark tuner and a light normal monster. Oh no, wait. Right, you use a dark normal monster because you use Diviner. 6 plus a Diviner is light. So 6 plus 4 is 10. And you get to use Chaos Angel, which then protects all your stuff. That's pretty good. So that's an option. Now, for something a little bit spicy, 8 plus 4. Because you can actually go ahead and do a 8 plus 4. You can go into... I mean, I can just straight up go Synchro 12. Final Sigma. The other ones, there's no real generic ones. Like they need 2 tuners or they need a Synchro monster. They're like Axel Synchros and stuff. So it's kind of hard to do. I guess you can make Ballista the Armageddon. Which is funny because you can use insect normal monsters instead. And then yeah, just get that. That's an option. But more importantly, Geomat Mech Final Sigma is like generic enough that you can make it. And you can just go ham, go nuts with it. Okay, so that said, as you can see, the extra deck space is pretty tight. There's a flex spot, you can add extra things, you can decide what you really want out of all of this, and what you really want to do. I need to remove the Fusion Destiny because that would be silly. Magikey, there we go. King token. Oh. All right, let's go in solo mode. Show some lines. Let's go do some lines in solo mode. My God. Change deck. Basic key. You know, maybe possessed key would be the next brew. Okay, going first. Number 47 into Aurodon? Yeah, that's the thing you can do. Number 47, right, is which one is this? Tomahawk? Galaxy Tomahawk is level 7 though. So that's kind of hard because we have level 4s and level 8. But it is like that. There's definitely a whole world of extra silly things you can do if you choose not to use level 4s exclusively. But we're going for a tutorial that teaches what Magikey is as a whole. Teaches just Magikey, right? So let's not muddy up the waters with some extra involved deck building, right? So we have a hand here, and that's a pretty standard hand. So we have Magikey World and Maftia, and we have a normal monster. So obviously what we want is Betos Buster. So we can activate this and search Betos Buster with this. Now we get to activate Advanced Ritual Art, and then we can send whatever we want. In this case, I believe I do want to remove, I think they have the Wind Monarch, right? Technically they're gonna summon the Tricky and whatever, so it doesn't matter. Special summon Betos Buster. Then we can go ahead and add from the deck to the hand. So if we didn't have him, we could add Maftiel. But since we have him, what we can do is we can add Gar's Glosser. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. Activate the effect of Maftiel and then normal summon him. That's the extra normal summon. To special summon this. Now we still have not used our normal summon, by the way. But just from this, what we can do, we can even, we can go absolutely ham with this. Kind of. Actually, we're kind of lacking in hand size. But we have quite a few options, as you can see already. We cannot go into Transfer Mine for some reason. Did I not add Transfer Mine? Oh, I'm an idiot. That's what we need to add. Transfer Mine. Wow, I can't believe I did not add Transfer Mine. I cannot believe I did not add Transfer Mine. That is ridiculous. Magikey, 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 Magikey. Deleted cards. There we go. There we go. Only the most professional teacher, right? I was like, where's Transfer Mine? Where's Transfer Mine? I'll just grab him from the ether. Ooh, that's a crusty hand. Oh yeah, that's the kind of hand that does nothing, unfortunately. Let's retry that. Let's retry that. And sometimes you just draw like a lot of your one-offs and you're like, what? No. There we go. This kind of works. Yeah, this kind of works. So here's the thing, right? Okay, so we have a hand here that's pretty awkward, but we can do something with this. So we can do Unexpected Die here. And we want to special summon from the deck, honestly, Clavicus. It's like the safest one we can do. We have Painful Decision, but I think we're going to shuffle it away. No, don't use Ritual Art. We want to normal summon Manju. And then we can use the effect of Manju to search for Beto's Buster. Then we can use Advanced Ritual Art to send Megalo Smasher. It doesn't really matter. Spatial Summon. Use the effect. Grab Magikey World. See, this is where Magikey World is important. And then, like this, Beto's Buster basically unlocks the rest of the deck. Now we're back to where we were before, even with a different hand. And then we can normal summon. And now on top of that, we have a full board. Because unexpected die. And now we can activate this effect. Shuffle back the Maftia. Now we have a few options, right? We can go and make, let's see, we can use a Maftial and a normal monster to make Transform Mine. We still have a normal monster on the field. Obviously, if you would remove a normal monster from the field to do your Synchro, it's best not to do it. But in this case we can, because we have extra normal monster. We can activate the effect here and search for a... Let's do the funny thing. Let's showcase the funny thing. Like this. We get another... Oh, we might as well get another monster negate, right? I kind of want to do the... Oh, I can't do the thing either way. Okay, yeah. What can I? Hold on. Thinking. Processing. Now we won't. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna Ritual Summon. We're gonna use one Manju. And then we're gonna use Fire. And then we get summon it in defense. Like this. Then we can Synchro Summon these two. Like this. Okay, and now we have a pretty good disruption. We have two monster negates. No, we have one monster negate. We have one monster destruction, and we have a quick Xyz into a quick banish, which I believe. Let's see. This Ritual Summon is sent to the graveyard. Yeah, we can add a Magikey monster from deck to hand by detaching. That's perfect. So, let's see the opponent play. Watch, they're gonna have freaking Black Hole, and I'm gonna hate my life. Let's see, we can negate the Thunder Dragon. Let's do that. They have another one. That's fine. We can't stop the second one. Ah, frick. Well, that sucks. Well, that sucks. That's unfortunate. But that's fine. We can see, we could have Maftial, which makes us a second Transform Mine if we had a second Transform Mine. Or we can go Beto's Buster straight up and just try to go for the high roll, which we might actually want to do. Well, actually, we should have Should have gotten Clavicus actually, because I could have normal summoned and then tributed him. Oh! Or we could just be good at the game. Normal summon. We get to tribute and then special summon, I believe would be the play. Yeah. Tribute him. Special summon. Now we get to special summon any of those. However, do keep in mind, Garslosser does not get its effect. So what we want is trying to think here. If we go into Vipartu, we can search a normal monster, but we already normal summoned, so that's out of the question. Transfer Mine attacks twice still, that's pretty good, but it's gonna be summoned in defense. So that's a little bit rough. I think the Garslosser is the best option. And then we can, I mean, there's no point in shuffling back the a card for Maftia, unfortunately. But we have a body on the field. The black hole, like the dark hole, was a pretty nasty thing. Oh, what? Pop 2. We get to draw 2 and search 1. No, we do not, because it was not ritual summoned. Duh. Okay. That's fine. We have full combo now. So we just do it again. Tribute. Send from deck. Special summon Beto's Buster. Beto's Buster effect. Going to add Magikey World. Magikey World effect. Gonna add ourselves a Clavicus. And we get to activate the effect, get the extra normal summon. Look at that. Won against a Teeter player today by using Thrust to get made in order to grab a max seed. It's so funny. Yeah, Thrust is a pretty good card in Magikey as well, by the way. We can target... one thing when it comes to against Bestials, you want to target normal monsters that are not light or dark. So Clavicus, you hardly ever want to special summon it from the grave with Maftil, because obviously you don't want to get stuck with 2 tuners on the field. What can I showcase real quick, because I just realized it's 10:30 already. Jesus Christ. So I can showcase them the thing with yeah, I can showcase Vipartu. So let's do that. Here. Yeah. Detach this to add to our hand. Let's see, 1/1. Oh yeah, I have an idea. Okay, then we can shuffle this. And we can go ahead and do this. Okay, so what we can do, right, is do this. Make this guy using the guy in hand, and oh, I'm out of Clavicus and the extra. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'll use the guy in deck and oh man, yeah, I'm gonna have to do this then. Do this, do that. The guy in deck, sure. I want to go for Final Sigma as well, but this works as well. So we have 2 options here. We have this, which lets us pop a card and then destroy and then draw a card, and that's pretty good, right? But I want to show Vapartu. I want to showcase Vapartu's effect to remove a kaiju, a towers. So let's do that. Remove. Vapartu's effect activates. Detach. Send. Simple as that. Attack. Attack. Pretty decent. Alright. Now if they dark hole again or something. Oh, they just got nothing. But we would have kept Clavicus on the field, which with that top deck, crazy. That's our third Maftia. An important distinction here, I'm glad this happened. Now we can't use the search effect of Maftia, of Magikey World. Because we've used 2 Maftias already and we have the third one in hand. So shuffling back Garnets, if you have only 1 Maftia and it's in your hand, it's not happening. That's why I tend to play 2. So now we can normal summon this. No, actually... Fuse, we're running out of... Like... We're actually running out of... We're actually running out of space. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Here's the effect. Add back. I could have shuffled. I could have used Vapartu as material, but that's fine. And then we can go and make Final Sigma if we want. If we want to be extra funny in the extra monster zone, just like that, and then go battle. And Vapartu's the game. So that's the basics of Magikey. It's very freeform. There's a lot of lines you can go into depending on the hands. I could sit there for hours just going over every hand that you can have and what you can do. Can't you just look at test hands real quick? I think you can. I'd suggest practicing with the test hands, honestly. That's an idea you can do. I think you can... Yeah, there we go. Test hands. So, this one here, normal summon Phantom Griffin, make Link Spider, special summon Clavicus, and then you get to activate Maftiel's effect because you have a Clavicus on the field. And then you can normal summon Maftiel, special summon back the Griffin, and you have you can do, you know, shenanigans with that. You can make Transformine, set a negate. You can certainly do things with that, or you can set Magikey Maftia, and then you can just make your guards closer. Let's see another sample. This one, you can painful decisions, send a Clavicus, get a Clavicus in hand, then you can normal summon Manju, use its effect to search advanced ritual art, make Beto's Buster, and you are off to the races. You even have Magikey locking, so you can make Transformine and search for unlocking, which gives you an extra negate on top of everything. This hand here, you can go Unexpected Die, special summon a normal monster, and then you can normal summon Manju or Diviner, depending on what you want. Maybe you want a Barone on top of everything, so you can normal summon that. This here, you can go Magikey World into Aura. You have your Beto's Buster, you have a normal monster you can summon to have an extra material on the field. And you have Gar's Glosser again. My god, we keep getting a Gar's Glosser. Alright, oh, there's a hand with Piercing Darkness, right? And you have like everything. But Phantom Griffin, So what you're going to do is activate Piercing the Darkness, normal summon Phantom Griffin. You get to draw a card. You draw a Manju. That's unfortunate, but oh well. You get to activate Magikey World, search for Maftiel. Yeah, search for Maftiel. Then activate the effect of Magikey World, shuffle back the Manju. We don't need it to add the Maftia, and then you can go ahead and make Beetle's Buster. Make him search Maftia again, so you have a Maftia to go further into your plays. I know I said I was gonna end the stream, but like sample card like that is like a really good way to just kind of get an idea real quick. This is well, we have Advanced Ritual Art and Beetle's Buster, so this is a no-brainer. This one, normal summon Diviner, send Herald of the Arclight, search for High Ritual Art, and then you can use a Clavicus to make Beetle's Buster, and then you are off to the races. Or you can do the same with Manju, really. This one you have High Ritual Art and 2 Magikey Worlds, so that's easy too. High Ritual Art, make Beetle's Buster, Magikey World, search for Maftiel. You can just go absolutely off with this. This too, you get Unexpected Die, Manju. You see, you have a lot of starters. Like, it's crazy. It's just getting to Beetle's Buster is very easy once you know the ins and outs of the deck. You have everything to make Beetle's Buster here. This end's a little bit crusty, but you do have Magikey World and Diviner, so you can go ahead and activate Magikey World, search for Beetle's Buster, Diviner of the Herald, Special Summon, Normal Summon, and then send the Herald, search for Advanced Ritual Art, and then you have everything. You even have the Mafia already, and you have 2 Mafias to go into crazy things. Here we have Unexpected Die. Oh well, the Unexpected Die, and then you make Beetle's Buster. It's that easy. High Ritual Art, that just gets us Beetle's Buster. Advanced Ritual Art, ooh, that's a kind of sneaky one. We don't have access to Beetle's Buster with this, but we do have Maftiel and Clavicus, so we can normal summon Clavicus. Okay, here's what we do, right? Painful Decision, send the second Clavicus, add another Clavicus to hand. Normal summon Clavicus, make Link Spider, special summon with Link Spider using the other Clavicus. Then we can normal summon Maftiel, the extra normal summon, and we have a bunch of plays available to us with that. It could be useful to have like a Link 4 or something you could go into. Like you can go IP Avramax if you really want. You can set up an IP Avramax as a plan B. One thing you can also use is Saryuja, Skuldred. Not with this hand specifically, because you'll have 2 Clavicuses, so you can't use that, but you get the idea. You also have Magikey Locking. Yeah, this gets you Beetle's Buster, this gets you Beetle's Buster, this gets you Beetle's Buster. This doesn't get you Beetle's Buster, but you have a negate and you have a couple summons you can use, so you can go into extra deck as at least. This gets you Beetle's Buster. This does not get you Beetle's Buster, unfortunately. No, it does not. You can use you could also use one of your normal monsters, could be a tuner, so you could use Painful Decision to search it or whatever. That's an idea as well. Unexpected Die. This is a little bit crusty, but you do get to use. Oh no, it is perfect. you do get Beetle's Buster, and then you can use Maftiel to special summon back the normal monster. Of course, before you use Maftiel, make sure to activate Piercing Darkness, because your next card is monster you can normal summon. And there you have it. This gets you Beetle's Buster. This gets you Beetle's Buster. Yep, because you can Unexpected Die, normal summon Manju. Oh, and you have Piercing Darkness. Piercing Darkness, Unexpected Die. What you can do is Piercing Darkness and then Unexpected Die, and you get another Manju, but that's fine, you get another draw. Normal summon Manju, search for Beetle's Buster, and then since you have a normal monster, you can use Maftia to make the Beetle's Buster, and you are good to go. Wow, this one is crusty. There's really nothing salvageable about this one. You can make... Oh, wait, no, never mind. Actually, normal summon Maftiel, activate the effect of Maftiel to normal summon Maftiel again. Make Vipartu. Vipartu searches for a Megalo Smasher or whatever. Use High Ritual Art, activate the effect to get Beetle's Buster. This deck goes crazy, man. I'm telling you. Okay, but yeah, that's enough for the stream. I do have to go. Thank you for showing up to the stream. Wow, we did not end up doing any duels at all. I had a lot to say. Hopefully this is useful. And I'll see you all on Monday. Bye-bye.